right now at 10.
I'm Melanie Ewell. It was a rainy start to the day, but I'll show you how that didn't stop one major outdoor event in South Bend.
Plus, a suspect is in the hospital tonight after a multi-county police chase. And a teenager in Michigan is showing his brotherly love in a very big way. We'll tell you why he's walking 40 miles. All that plus your guaranteed forecast. The news starts right now.
This is Fox 28 News at 10, when you want it.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Faran Fronczak. It was a soggy start to our Sunday, but that didn't stop this year's Bike the Bend from being a success. Fox 28's Melanie Ewell was at the event and tells us as soon as the clouds cleared, the crowds showed up.
Faran, that's right. Organizers told me watching the weather forecast last night was pretty nerve-wracking. But despite some rain this morning, hundreds of people still brought their bikes out for the annual ride.
The rain was definitely a good excuse not to get up at 7:30.
So Joe Canarecki and a lot of other Bike the Bend participants didn't show up at the start of the event.
It started off, it was pretty kind of wet, dreary. The weather was not looking the best.
Event organizers were prepared for the weather.
Had extra tents, that kind of thing.
But it was still slow going at the beginning.
We had a few of the hardcore Bike the Benders out this morning.
Avoiding the puddles when there's a lot of riders can make it a little tricky.
That's why Mary Camille and her husband waited to start the bike ride.
We avoided the rain, but now we're on our way.
A lot of people did the same. They didn't avoid the event altogether. They just waited out the rain.
Once the rain started stopping, everybody was coming out.
Getting started as late as we did, I was like, wow, we're going to be just chasing everybody, but there's a lot of people coming up behind us.
And once the crowd showed up, they were happy. They didn't let the rain keep them completely away.
Hopefully it's a chance to educate drivers and riders alike on some of the safety aspects.
I like it because it's intergenerational, and there's all ages, there's families out here, and I'm going to try to get more of my family to join me next year.
One of the riders I spoke to told me that she had a group of people from her work doing the bike ride today, but this was just the start of their bike riding for the week. They are all going to be riding their bikes to work the rest of the week as well. In the studio, I'm Melanie Ewell, Fox 28 News.
All right, thanks, Melanie. Now let's check in with our chief meteorologist, John Fisher. John, any more rain heading our way?
Well, Faran, eventually, not in the immediate future, but there is some more rain on the way. Mother Nature obviously wasn't thinking of the Bike the Benders this morning with all the rain that passed on by. You can see on our radar. See, these are the showers we're talking about coming on through. So they were kind of out of here pretty much by 9 o'clock or so and gave way to some sunshine, which has now turned into partly cloudy skies. We will see those partly cloudy skies overnight into tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. as we get down to a low of 54 degrees. The blue, however, in these skies, not going to be lasting for very long. There's more rain on the way, Faran. There's the answer to your question, and I will tell you when I come back in just a couple of minutes.
All right, thanks, John. Police have now identified those involved in the police chase that happened Friday night. The Stark County Sheriff's Department believes 57-year-old Gary Chavez is the man who allegedly killed his wife, 50-year-old Kimberly Chavez of Portage. Indiana State Police say Chavez led police on a high-speed chase through Lake County. Stop sticks were thrown by Crown Point police. As the police closed in on the vehicle Chavez was driving, he shot himself. He is in critical condition tonight at a hospital in Oak Lawn, Illinois. A shooting early Sunday morning in Mishawaka has one victim in critical condition tonight. Around 3 a.m. Sunday evening, Mishawaka police heard gunshots coming from the parking lot between Hacienda Restaurant and Club Sky. Responding officers were told by the witnesses' description of the vehicle and followed it down Lincoln Way West. Police say the suspect vehicle then crashed into a fire hydrant on Lincoln Way. 2 suspects are in custody. This case is being investigated by the Mishawaka Police Department and Metro Homicide. 2 police officers were gunned down in Las Vegas today while eating lunch. Officials say 2 gunmen attacked the officers, then proceeded to a nearby Walmart where they shot and killed a person near the entrance. Authorities say the suspect then killed themselves. The motive for the violence is unclear and the investigation continues. A Walmart truck driver has been charged in the fatal accident that left actor Tracy Morgan in critical condition. Morgan's publicist says the injured star was more responsive today and showing signs of improvement, a day after he was critically injured in a deadly crash. He suffered several injuries, including broken ribs, a broken nose, and a broken leg. The driver of the truck has been charged with a number of crimes, including death by auto. He turned himself into authorities today. Sandra Bullock had a rude awakening this morning, according to the Los Angeles Police Department. An intruder broke into her home this morning while she was there. Police say a 911 call was made at 6:30 a.m. Police arrived and arrested the suspect. It's unclear whether the man was trying to burglarize the home or whether this is a stalking incident. Now, if you had a trip planned to ride the roller coasters at Cedar Point, you may have to reschedule. That's because the park closed its gates due to a weather main break. Park employees say the main line that supplies water to the water plant burst in the early morning hours yesterday. All visitors showing up were turned away, and those inside the park were asked to leave.
We rode our first ride with an overhearing some of the workers talking about conserving their water, and then when we stopped at the first restroom, that they told us it was closed.
The city of Sandusky is working to fix the main break. All guest tickets will be honored on future dates this season. A renowned author and historian visited Michiana today. We'll tell you how she's helping local hospitals. And find out why one local softball player had more reasons to be happy than just winning a regional title this weekend.
In high definition, you're watching Fox 28 News at 10 with Amanda Fay, Chief Meteorologist John Fisher, and Sports with Adam Shear. Fox 28 News, when you want it. You're watching Fox 28 News at 10 with Amanda Fay.
A renowned author and historian visited our area today. Doris Kearns Goodwin spoke at the St. Joe Regional's President's Brunch. All proceeds from the brunch go towards paying for oncology services for people who couldn't otherwise afford them. About 300 people showed up today to help the cause and to hear Ms. Goodwin speak. Before the meal, she talked to the media about what current presidents can learn from past ones.
What both Lincoln and Roosevelt knew how to do so well, and in democracy it's the central strength, is how to communicate to the public and to stay close to what it is that the public is feeling.
Now, the hospital says this fundraiser contributes to more than 50% of all the money they raise for oncology services, bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars. A teenager in Michigan is showing his brotherly love in a very big way. He is walking 40 miles this weekend, and he's doing it with his little brother on his back. Fox News correspondent Christy Lee has the story.
It's the journey of a lifetime for brothers Hunter and Braden Gandy.
Thank you for your support. It means so much to us.
7-year-old Braden was born with cerebral palsy, which affects his motor abilities. His big brother Hunter is raising awareness about his CP in a unique way. They are setting out on a 40-mile trek from the wrestling room at Bedford's Junior High to the University of Michigan's Wrestling Center. Hunter is taking every step with his 45-pound brother strapped to his back.
He's very determined. If Hunter says he's going to do something, he does it.
Hunter's efforts to bring awareness to CP has grabbed national and international attention.
When we first thought of the idea, I thought it would be just me and Braden. Obviously, as you can see, it's not that.
A long line of friends and supporters followed behind and lined the roads.
We're a little hot, a little tired.
But when Hunter gets tired, he says finding motivation is easy.
All the kids out there with CP who are having struggles every day in their life.
We knew from the beginning once he said he was doing it, he was doing it.
And for those with CP, Hunter can't carry on his back, he carries in his heart.
Forecast with a high temperature next Sunday of 82 degrees. So our week ahead looking, well, you know, kind of half and half. We'll see some showers and storms and some Sunshine, a little bit of something for everybody, so enjoy.
John, I love you, but every time you say rain, I have to go out and buy more hairspray because my hair just does not hold up in this rain.
Look at this.
It's not moving, guys. It's not moving. Trust me.
I scratched my hands on that.
All right, let's not spend too much time on that. Anyways.
Oh, sorry.
Everybody at this point, I think, knows who Anna Rower is in our area. She's easily one of the best cross-country athletes, one of our best track athletes. Well, this hasn't been the easiest year for her, but it sure got capped off on a nice way. I'll tell you about Anna's road to recovery. In Louisville, people from Westview actually might remember Brandon because he was on the Park Tudor basketball team that beat the Warriors in the state title. So he could have some rough goings coming up here. Some people might not be too happy to see him in Michiana.
All I have to say is that story about Anna, I didn't realize that she broke both of her feet.
Oh yeah, it's remarkable, and she's worked on her running techniques to make sure that those type of injuries don't happen again, hopefully.
Unbelievable. What an amazing story. Well, thank you so much, Adam. And John has another look at your forecast when we come back. Stay with us.
Round 80.
Perfect. Sounds like...
If you like rain.
Why should today be any different?
I know, right? Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. You have all your news, weather, and sports an hour earlier with Fox 28. For Adam Shear and John Fisher, I'm Faran Fronczak. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.